we'll head into payments. I mean, you have a long background in the payments space, spending time with Jonas Software
Mhm.
as well as Member Solutions, and now you've recently assumed the helm at NMI.
Mhm.
But maybe take us back to how you got into this whole kind of payments and fintech space.
Sure. I wish I could tell you it was some brilliant, directed, purposeful career decision, but it wasn't. It was sort of late 90s, and I had worked in investment banking and corporate strategy, and I was like, hey, this technology thing seems like it might be important. I ought to do something. And through a friend, like the mother of an office mate, I found my way to EDS, Electronic Data Systems, in the what was then called their e-solutions group, which was ATM driving and POS acquiring and managing the big switch that navigated all those physical endpoints, sort of the early days of payments. And that's sort of where it began. I had a great boss named Neil Marcoux, who gave me a lot of opportunity and was a mentor to me. And, off I went.
You recently assumed this role at NMI. How did that all come about? It seems like maybe you were more on the investing side previously. Obviously, you have a lot of leadership experience also operating companies, but how did the NMI thing come about?
Yeah, it is new. This is week four. And I had after we exited Billtrust, we sold Billtrust to EQT. I was planning to not take an operating role again, and worked with some good friends at Radiant Capital, which is a growth equity firm, and was there for a couple of years, leading the operating team, having a grand time doing that and learning a lot. And then I got a call about NMI, which is a business I've known for a long time with investors that I regard quite highly. And VJ, the former CEO, is someone I, respected immensely, continue to, of course. And it just sort of came together, a business with a robust and modular embedded payments platform serving channel, whether it's ISO, bank, ISV. I've been each of those. Well, not a bank, but I've managed those business, and I've been around leading payments companies that support those businesses. So it really was something that was too compelling at scale, a unique asset, the only independent sort of platform of our kind that continues to exist in the world. And it was just too hard to say no to. The opportunity, the fun, the strength of team, and the maturity and scale of the business are quite compelling.
And how can kind of like an outsider like me better understand um, where the company is most focused, in terms of if you took a look at the revenue pie, how would you break it out? Where's most of its business? What's second in line and so forth?
Yeah, I mean, the business's history as a fairly ubiquitous payment gateway with many, many processor connections and lots of tooling and functionality, that is a large piece of the revenue today, that core gateway, transaction business. But the team has done a really, really good job over, I'll say, the last 5 to 7 years of building an embedded payments platform, both organically and through acquisition. I think there's been 5 acquisitions. Hopefully I got that right in the last 7 years that have added tremendous functionality by transaction type, card present, card not present, with additional tooling to help the channel, whether they're a bank, an ISO, an ISV, to manage their merchants, their residuals, their multiple processor backends, to be able to be flexible and across risk spectrums and what kind of merchants they can adopt so they can have a large business. We now have a platform that is connected and modular that really can serve someone who is wanting to embed commerce into their business from the beginning of the time that they do that to when they are quite mature. And we can decompose and deconstruct our solutions to fit with the business depending on where they are in that maturity curve, how much operational complexity they would like to take on, and allow them to enjoy corresponding yield or take rate on their payment volume. So it is a very, very powerful platform that will continue to really fuel commerce.
And thinking about the whole kind of payments space, there's a lot of players, and there always seems to be new ones coming about, ones that are very specialized in a specific type of either business that they cater towards or the type of function within payments. Um, and then some of the big guys are in on payments, like JP Morgan is heavily promoting. You can listen to the Acquired podcast, are a big supporter of that.
Yeah.
And they seem to be able to do everything. Can you tell us a little bit about how you view the payments landscape and, maybe as part of that, where NMI sits, where you think it'll be in 5 years within that landscape?
I mean, payments are such a part of our lives and always will be in one way, shape, or form or another. And you were right. There are horizontal use cases that we do all the time, but there are more and more of these very directed software experiences or technology, I want to call them software technology experiences that have at some level, you have to pay for something, right? Or charge for something, and getting that underneath the experience. So it's not out in front, but just sort of happens below there. And it's easy for the consumer to sign up for, understand, and feel secure about. We will see more and more and more of that. You whether it's app-based ordering at quick serve, whether it's, pick your brand, DoorDash, Uber, whatever, where you don't even think about it. You think about what you are consuming and the experience and the utility you're getting out of that. Of course, you pay for it, but if it is handled well and seamlessly done, you don't need to worry about that part. And you can pick payment modality and how you want to pay and what you want to do. Very easy in a consumer experience and in a B2B experience. I mean, we were enabling that at Billtrust, creating this B2B capability. So it is actually still kind of early days. The US is pretty advanced, but globally, there's a lot of runway in making this efficient and embedding it in consumer and B2B experiences. And that's what we seek to do. And we have the tooling to accomplish that.